Hello and welcome to my top 5 video where I'm going to go over my top 5 mid laners. December edition, updating after June. In June, I had it Chovy Knight Showmaker Scout Xiaohu. I'm not going to lie, a few of those are probably staying in my top 5, but there may be some movement. We saw a lot of interesting things at Worlds with the mid lane. A lot of players really showcasing talent that we didn't really expect. Zeka and Humanoid being two of them. I think a lot of people are forgetting how well Humanoid actually played in 1v9 at points and play-ins. And I understand it was against teams that were, lesser on the scale, they're minor region teams, but he really dominated in some of those games. So that's why he's on the list. Yeah, let's work through this. If you missed my videos the last 2 days, I did jungle yesterday, top lane the day before. So to start this off, I only put LCS on here because I didn't want to not have the LCS on here. Bjerg is past his prime, to say the very least. And JoJo, I'm not going to lie. So I feel this way about JoJo. I think that it is wrong to even consider him in this conversation right now at this point. I think it is equally as wrong to say he could never enter this conversation. That's how I see it. So I'm going to concede that he's not here, but could he end up here? Sure, why not? I mean, there's no reason not to, outside of like xenophobia or something. So now, we got to work through this. The LEC obviously is really good mid laners. That's why it makes it slightly more difficult than the other roles. However, Perks I do not have in the top 5 for sure. Perks, maybe the wife buff will help him, but right now, he's kind of at a point where he needs to show me something again. It's been a couple of years now where he hasn't been able to get to the highest level of competition. And, he needs to do more. Humanoid, like I said, Humanoid played well at play-ins, but to be completely honest, he needs to show more, right? There are a lot of nicknames that go around, a little bit anti-Semitic that we won't get into. So we need him to perform better and, really help Fnatic out, because honestly, Fnatic's going to need him to perform at a high level to make up for the situation they have in bot lane. Now, looking at the rest here, let's work our way through it some more. I think Angel is good, but not great. He's solid. Cream has the potential to be great, but isn't there yet. There were many moments throughout summer and even spring where Cream left a lot to be desired. And Angel, like I said, pretty solid. He's probably the most consistent player on Weibo, but he wasn't elite. I don't think he is elite. There are a lot of good mid laners in the LPL, so to put him in the top 5 in the world, a little bit much. Let's work through it some more. Larson is solid. I would say Larson's like Angel. Kind of in the middle there. He is in the middle of the rift, but he's kind of just good. He's not great, he's good. He's not going to lose you games, and he's not an inter. So Larson, good player, really good laner. Looking through this now, So, Doinby is retiring pretty much, for lack of a better word. I think I saw on Twitter somebody say he's taking a rest. At this point in your career, taking a rest, we saw Bjergsen and Doublelift do it, now they're back, but we also don't have them on these boards, really, for a reason, right? They're not as good as they once were. Doinby, a lot of what he offers is what I keep talking about. In that window of 22 to 25 years old, you have good hands, and you need to build up knowledge outside of just hands diffing your opponent to make up for your lack of hands when you get older in your career. I don't know how old Doumbé is, but he has a baby on the way. And if you're going to be taking a rest and your baby's on the way, fatherhood has the potential to absolutely change the entire game for him, the game of life, and he may never come back. And that's for positive reasons. This is not a negative. It just maybe he may appreciate fatherhood to the point where he's like, you know what? I'm set. I don't need to play league anymore. Or he just might not have the time to be at a high level. Faker, Faker is the greatest of all time, but he's not top 5 in the world anymore. He is supportive at best. His Akali had moments throughout Worlds that were awesome, but we have to be real. He is not top 5 in the world anymore. Scout really got inted by Zeka hard. I'm not going to lie. In that last game, it's kind of wrong to screw him over like that and take him out of the top 5, but that was a poor performance, so he's out. He definitely is out. Xiaohu is pretty one-dimensional. Thinking about it, he is similar to Faker, very, very one-dimensional. Is going to make things happen, but it's not going to dominate his lane. So Xiaohu is out. So far, 4 and 5 are out. We are down to 7 mid laners left. Caps is out. We're going to just be honest. Caps out. He's in the top 10 though for sure. Caps in the top 10 for sure. Best Western mid laner, without a doubt. He definitely wins his lane. He does what he dominates. He dominates. I mean, there's nothing else around his side. His Silas is disgusting. Caps is disgusting. He is a great, great player. Now we have 6. So the one player that's going to be out. The one player that's out. Yagao. So obviously, I've changed my tune on Yagao a bit. Now he's in the conversation of top. He's literally, I had him 6th, right? So I think the champion pool is what he needs to build on. He is not a spring chicken anymore. I'm in the project right now. I just finished 2018. I finished the major region stats for 2018, and Yagao is there, right? So Yagao's been around the block a few years. But his champion pool is very limited, and that is honestly what cost JDG a lot of power in draft. In my opinion, people might disagree, but in my opinion, his champion pool was a problem at Worlds, and that's why it's not in the top 5. So we have these 5. 4 Korean mid laners, 1 Chinese mid laner. So Knight. My case for Knight being up here, he was not the reason top lost by any means. He played solid at Worlds against Larson, against Zeka. Who else was in that group? That was Katie. Like, he did more than he didn't take over the game in 1v9 but that was a position Knight had to be in to actually win those games. So he didn't do it, but he also did not lose them the game. I think he may have had the best KDA in the tournament by the end of it. And he won 3-3. So this isn't a KDA thing where the guy with the highest KDA is on here. That's just an example of how good Knight is. Even when his team is losing around him, he still puts up the best KDA in the world. So that's pretty disgusting. Also, his summer, he literally had the first 10 KDA or higher in 8 years in the LPL. So that's also incredible. Rookie, obviously very talented. One of the best mid laners of all time. Still is in the top 5. I think he is more than good enough. Zeka's Worlds was absolutely outstanding. We all are slobbing on Zeka. Kid's super talented, young, still has room to grow. With HLE, we'll see what he can do. And see if he can follow up the summer that he had where he was top 3 in the LCK, in my opinion. And then a great Worlds performance with maybe a meta shift, and can he keep up? That's what it comes down to with that one. Very similar to the way I approach Shanji in my and Owner in my top 5s the last couple days. Chovy, I think, is the best player in the world. So, I mean, not to spoil anything here, but Chovy's still number one. And the thing is with that, people are gonna say, Zeka beat him. Why is Chovy number one? Chovy has had years of cementing that spot. Zeka, like I just said, has to further prove through a meta shift that he still is the best, right? At World, Zeka was the best mid laner. That is without a doubt. But this is overall, right? We're not just looking at one tournament. That's why I waited a month. Worlds is playing a factor in my decision, just like Summer Split is. And also where players were before that. Was there growth? Were they stagnant? So, Chovy's number one. Showmaker. I thought Showmaker did his job. Definitely in Summer towards the end. He really took the team on his back alongside Canyon. Canyon doing more so of the carrying. But Showmaker still is elite at his position. I do think that he might not be quite what he was, but he's still elite. So, Knight is number two. Still. Because of that KDA and the ability to not die when his team's dying around him. His ability to still get ahead in his matchups and in a lot of different matchups. So he's still super, super talented. Oh, how do I want to order between Showmaker, Rookie, and Zeka? So we're going to go Rookie 3, Zeka 4, and Showmaker 5. Like I said, Showmaker, very good down the stretch in Summer. Playoffs, Worlds, did fabulous. His Syndra play, sticking out right. But Zeka also performed extremely well at Worlds and throughout the LCK. So frankly, he has been at Showmaker's level for a few months now. And you may have a pass there. You know, one's going down as they get a little older. One's going up. They're getting a little younger, getting better. Rookie, still very, very good. Carried Victory 5 for quite a few series this past split. Once the Senna went away for Fodic, the team pretty much fell apart. They're going between Jalao Bao and Jalao and Karsa. A lot of issues. Rich stinks in top lane. Victory 5 had a lot of problems that were not Rookie's fault. Rookie having to he had to go back to Korea, I think, for personal reasons for a little while at the beginning of the split. And also saw on Twitter that he had some health issues this offseason. I don't know if those bothered him during the split. If so, I could imagine that specific health issue would be a problem during game if you missed it. If you find it, all the power to you. But that's the deal. So thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, like it, subscribe to the channel. Become a YouTube member. $3 a month supports me. $10 a month. You get extra NFL American football content. In January, once games start, you will be getting extra League of Legends content where I predict who I think is going to win games. I keep track of it for those that legally want to know who I think is going to win the games. So that's there. Join the Discord. Follow me on Twitter. And thank you for watching.